What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel for the first ever parallel stream. First ever. I'm so excited about this. I've been saying to you guys for a long time that we have been looking at doing a different game, and it's this one here, Parallel. You might have heard about it. You might even remember about a month, 2 months ago, I kind of mentioned this game, and I just really didn't have the PC to play it. I also didn't really have the time to play it, and initially when I started to play it, it didn't hook me. This game did not hook me. I really didn't get too into it, and I couldn't believe I didn't get into it because this is exactly the type of game that I would absolutely love. And so I went back again. I was so stubborn. I was like, no, I should like this game. Let's give it another go. I dove more into it, and I absolutely love it. And we're going to be streaming this today. I'm going to be showing you guys, especially if you're new to the game, what this game's all about, why it's a fun game. It's a play to earn game with good earning potential on it as well. So I will be explaining the play to earn mechanics of it, but it's a sci-fi tradable card collecting game. Really fun, huge potential, massive potential for this game to go big. The team behind it are doing huge things. They are building this massive universe with loads of games that are going to be connected into it, comics, there's going to be films, you name it. They're trying to do so much with this, and it's really, really good. So I'm going to be running through the basics of the game in a second, and I'm going to be just giving you a little bit of a kind of a recap on where I am with the game, because I have not been playing it for long. So don't expect me to be an expert on this game. I have only been playing for about 3 weeks, but I've played enough that I know my way around the game. And there's been a couple of days ago for the new season, the team actually released a new expansion pack, which I still don't know how to feel about that, because this game is in a beta, it's in an open beta, yet they've released an expansion pack, which I didn't think was ever a thing, where games are releasing expansion packs in a beta, but they've done it. And I haven't really had much of a chance to play in the beta, well, with the new cards, right? The expansion set, as you can see on the screen, is a thing called Planetfall. There's 100 or so new cards in the game. It's completely changed the meta. So my decks that I've been playing with for the last 3 weeks are probably not going to be that great anymore. But we're going to be finding out today. I'm going to be using today as an opportunity for me to learn. You guys can also learn about the game too. We are going to get our ass kicked quite a few times, I think, in this new expansion, but that's absolutely fine, because what that will allow us to do is it will allow us to figure out where we are short on cards and what cards we need now to go out and buy, or what cards we need to sell or trade to get the cards in. So let me say hello to everyone first of all, because this is not only a new game that we're covering on the channel, this is also the first time that I'm streaming with my new PC. Okay, so this is the first time. I did do a few tests. I'm hoping that it's going to work well. If you guys are seeing or hearing that things aren't working, then let me know, please, right? So I can fix it. But I'm super excited. The new PC is brilliant. I'm enjoying it, and yeah, we should be able to get more out of the streams now with the new PC. Twitch Gaming, hello to you, man. Is this a card game like Marvel Snap? It is a card game like Marvel Snap. The difference is it's a game that is much more, I think, deeper in the dynamics of it, and there's a play to earn economy in it as well, which I'm going to be showing. I've made quite a bit of money in this game and haven't even really been that great either. Hello to Big Merc as well. How you doing, Big Merc? And Arthur and Nathan Bam's in here. I actually wanted to ask my guys from the sorare community, I wanted to ask whether anyone's actually been playing this game. So anyone from the sorare community, has anyone actually been playing it? Does anyone know about this game already? I'd love to know if any of you guys have been playing it already. But should we dive into it? Let's dive into it, right? Let me try and explain what we're going to do here. So, Parallel. What is it all about? Well, the name of the game is that you build decks with 40 cards in them, and those cards consist of 4 different types of cards that you can get in the game. Okay, might as well bring it up actually. Let's go into the collection here. Let's go into cards, right? Okay, so you can see some of the cards here, and the art direction is brilliant. I love the art style in the game. And what you'll see is that we've got a card here which is an upgrade, we've got a card here which is a unit, this one's an effect, and you've got a relic here. So there are basically 4 types of cards in the games: upgrades, units, effects, and relics, and they're all played very differently. The units are, of course, either machines or people or creatures that you use to try and defeat the opponent. Upgrades are applied to units. Effects are used against other units, so they're kind of almost like spells, but in this game they call them effects. And then relics are like almost like a condition. So you apply a relic, and it lasts for a while until it's either defeated or it runs out, and it gives you kind of like an effect or some kind of a benefit. I'll be showing you guys the different relics in the game, and essentially the name of the game is that you need to defeat your opponent by knocking their health down to 0. Now, everybody in the game, so me and the other opponent, will start with health of 30, and you need to use your units, your effects, your upgrades, your relics to basically defeat the other opponent. Now, the really cool thing with this game, is that you can play this game free to play. You don't need to put any money into it whatsoever. It's just a standard, almost free to play card game. Very, very cool. Also, you can put some money into the game, and then you can start to earn in this game. And the way that works is that with the 40 cards that you have, let's go back here. Let's click on a card that I actually have 2 types of here. Let's do this one. Okay, let's bring this one up. Engine Whisperer. Okay, so Engine Whisperer, this is actually quite a powerful card in the game. And this is with a faction. Sorry, I haven't talked about the factions. This is with a faction called Shroud. Now, there are actually 5 different types of factions, technically 6, because there's a universal faction, but there are 5 different parallels, as they're called in the game, and they're different, almost subhumans. Okay, it's a really cool story behind it, behind the whole game. Now, every faction plays differently, which is why the cards also look differently, and they have different bonuses and benefits and whatnot, different play styles. But what I wanted to talk about is that you can play the game for free, and you can also put money into the game. And the difference between the free cards and the paid cards is this here. So you can see in the left that we have 3 APs, which are called apparitions, and then we have 6 first edition cards, okay? The apparition cards, the AP cards, are free cards, right? You get them in the game from playing. You can't trade them, you can't sell them, they have no real world value. They're basically like common cards in Sorare, right? There's an unlimited supply of them, and they're really just used so that you can play the game for free if you want to. And that's absolutely fine. You can play the game for free with apparition cards, right? The first edition cards are the NFT cards, right? And these are cards which you can buy, you can sell, you can trade. They have real world value, and when you use first edition cards in a deck, the more first edition cards you use in a deck, the more that you can actually earn from winning in the game. And if you want to really maximize your earnings in the game, having 40, so you remember you have 40 cards in the deck, you really want to be having all 40 cards as NFTs. And if you have that, it's really going to maximize your earnings in the game. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let me dive into the game, right? So you guys can see it. Hello to David Corporeal as well. Morning to you. Is it a browser game? It's not a browser game. It's an actual game that you download and you play. So it's an actual program. let's dive into it. If you're completely new to the game, you can check out the different parallels completely for free. As I say, you can play the game entirely for free. You don't even need to spend money in the game. But of course, if you want to start earning money in the game, then picking up some NFT cards is the way to go. But what's really cool is that there's this rookie mode, which is almost like a tutorial, and it gives you an opportunity to play with the 5 different parallels here, the 5 different factions, and you can check out the cards, you can see how they play, and if you actually complete all of these 5 out of 5, you then get 5 packs additional for free to help you on your journey. You can actually see that I haven't done that yet. I need to complete another 4 games for a parallel called Earthen, and then once I've done that, I'll then be able to claim 5 packs here, but I just haven't got round to doing it. I played a couple of games with a parallel called Algan Core, and Cathari, Markolian, Shroud, and basically once I played with Shroud, I really enjoyed it. It was my favourite faction, my favourite parallel, and I kind of just thought, well, I want to start earning with Shroud now. And that's kind of why I didn't really complete this yet, but I will complete it soon. Let's dive into a game. Actually, no, before we dive into a game, I'm sure a lot of you are wanting to know about the play to earn potential. Let me just show you. We will explain it more, but let me show you to start with. The game has its own token called Prime, actually Echelon Prime, which is a really cool name. And you earn this Prime token. Right, you can see here, this is the earnings that I've made so far, 7.317 Prime. You earn this Prime token in various different ways, but the main way to earn it is by winning games and creating win streaks, and by winning games in higher ranked divisions, okay? And if we click on the increase here, it actually shows you, gives you an explanation about how you can earn more Prime. So the 3 kind of main ways to do it, which will be pretty accessible to everyone who starts the game and doesn't really want to, or maybe can't put like tons of money into the game. The first one is winning with a full deck of digital collectibles. So remember, these are the NFT cards, right? You really need to have 40 in your deck, 40 NFTs, in order to really maximize your earnings. I actually started to play this game with not 40 to begin with, and it was not worth it. I can tell you now, it's completely not worth it. The amount of money that you earn is so low. I think in my first game I played with it was something like 26 NFT cards, right? And then the other 14, of course, were just the bog standard free. I played 5 games, and you need to win 5 games in a day, and your best 5 wins basically win you money. I played my 5 games for the day. I won the 5 games, right? And then what I earn at the end of the day, based off having only 26 NFT cards in my collection, was something stupid. Like it wasn't even 1p. It was not worth it at all. So I learned the hard way, and the game really incentivizes that if you want to be earning from this game, you must have a full collection of 40. Don't worry if you don't know how to get the NFTs. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to play a couple of games first, and I'm going to show you some really cool ways to pick up the NFT cards, but in a smart way, so you don't have to spend a lot of money. And then you'll then be able to start earning, and you'll be able to win that money back that you spent on those cards. So the first way to win more Prime is by having a full collection of 40 in your deck. The second way is by increasing your rank, so by climbing the leaderboards. If you get into the higher divisions, it basically gives you a multiplier boost on the Prime that you can earn. And then the third is going on win streaks. So if you can get 3 wins in a row, 4 wins, 5 wins, I think it's up to 10, then the longer your win streak, or the bigger your win streak, the more Prime you will earn. Now, there are a couple of additional ways as well that you can earn even more money, so even more Prime. The game has something called keys, which are kind of like NFT items, right, which you buy and they give you big boosts to your earnings. The keys themselves, I don't have one. The keys, you can either win them in certain tournaments or in giveaways, but the main way to get them is by actually buying them on like a marketplace. There's an in-game marketplace for Parallel, and there's also an OpenSea, which is the main way. They're quite expensive, the keys, so I will show you those later. There's also an avatar, so if you equip an avatar, which is again an NFT collectible, and if that avatar matches the deck that you're running with, then you're going to get a boost to your earnings too. I will warn you, the avatars are mad expensive. I don't have an avatar. You don't need an avatar. You don't need keys, and you don't need a companion, which is the 6th way to boost your earnings. But of course, if you had the finances and the motivation to do so, you could go and get keys and boost, right? You could go and get an avatar, and you could get a companion, and then your earnings in the game would be significantly higher, but you don't need it. You can see at the moment, I've been playing for about 3 weeks now, and I actually haven't played really Parallel for the last couple of days. I just haven't had enough time to get on. I've been super busy setting up the new PC so we could get the stream going. But you can see your daily earnings, right? And so the last time that I played ranked matches on the 2nd of May, I won 0.450 prime. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, how much is that? Well, 1 prime at the moment is $17.50. So I made roughly about $8 there, roughly, okay, from the 5 wins. You can see here, 0.728 was pretty good. So that was probably around $12, $13, maybe a little bit more. And this is daily. Don't forget, this is daily. And then here, 0.5, so roughly about kind of like $8 again, $8.50, something like that. Okay, I was actually earning $15 a day from the 5 wins before the new season and before they released the expansion. So we're gonna have to work our way up to try and earn that amount again. But should we dive into it? Let's dive into it, right? So you guys can see it. Okay. At the moment, this is gonna be quite scary. At the moment, I am in 338th position in the world. But I can tell you now, we're probably gonna drop quite a bit because I just haven't played in the new format or the new meta. So let's give this a go. I'm gonna use the deck which I put together, which is this New Dawn deck. This was pretty good for me in the last season. Let's go. And guys, feel free to ping your questions and your thoughts and your just ping stuff in the chat, and I'll try and pick it up because this is a brand new game.
Opening frequencies. Greetings.
Well met.
For us anyway. It has actually been out for a while. Okay, so we're Platinum 1, which is a higher division than Gold 5. Gold 5 is pretty high though. So this is another one of those factions, those parallels, and this is a very aggressive deck to run, which basically means that for the first, I think, 5 or 6 turns, we are really just going to be focused on trying to
stand together.
Prevent their attacks.
Is ours.
Okay. So when you're the Shroud, which is what we are, and you're going up against the Cathari, one of the best ways to do a mulligan, which is where you get to choose the cards you want from your deck, one of the best ways is to try and get as much removal as you can. So we're gonna get rid of those 3 cards. It gave us 3 cards. Well, these 3 cards here, but 2 of those we're probably not gonna need. We could actually use this one. This is actually a very powerful card for the Shroud. Okay, we're going first as well. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're going to put this card down, the Singularity Steward. And the way that you play cards in this game is you have to create energy. So every card has an energy cost. This one has a 1 cost. And in order to play it, we need to create 1 energy. The way that you create energy is you have to basically bank a card. So the cards you have in your hand, you choose one that you don't want to use or that you don't need. And you basically bank it, right? And then that gives you the energy. Okay? So you bank it. And then we're going to play this card here.
I stand watch.
Okay. And then we're going to end the turn. And now it's going to be the opponent's turn. They're going to bank a card for energy. And they're going to then throw a card down, if they can, on turn 1. And you can see that we both have 30 energy. We've also got our paragons on the left, which might be a new thing to you. But every parallel has a paragon, and the paragons are basically leaders or like heroes, and they have different abilities. So there's 3 different paragons per parallel, and they all play very differently. Don't worry if it's all really confusing. After a few games you'll get the gist of it. What's the counter for the Shroud? The counter for the Shroud? What do you mean actually? What do you mean the counter for the Shroud? It's a good question, but I just want to understand it more. This guy, by the way, who we're playing, has put down a relic. This is a little bit of a tricky relic, actually. It's very text heavy, this relic, so we won't go through it now. What we will do is we will get rid of this card because we don't need it, and we can't actually go. We could get rid of this here, which is it's a defender card. So this type of card basically prevents us from doing damage against the opponent. We don't need to use that against that here. I'm just going to end the turn. I mean, what cards and paragons you often get the loss? Okay. Well, it's difficult for me to say that because in the last season, before they released the expansion pack, Shroud was the strongest deck, right? Shroud was generally considered the strongest deck.
The tides.
And I won a lot of games. I climbed very high using Shroud. I actually got to rank 140 or something. One of the weaker decks in the game is Earthen, but Earthen's actually pretty strong when you get higher up and you get certain cards for it. Hello, 240 Marker, how you doing? yeah, Shroud is pretty tough. And I've heard as well, though I haven't seen it myself, but I've heard that Shroud, the new cards for Shroud in the expansion, the new cards are meant to be really strong. And so this is what I wanted to do today, not only show you the game, but then also I need to figure out what are the new Shroud cards that I'm missing, and then we might go on to OpenSea and start doing some trading to see if we can get them. What we're going to do here, we're going to get rid of that, and then we're going to get rid of that card because that card's a pain. Okay, and that's our turn. You can see that we've used up all our energy. Okay, so we've got 3 energy, but we've used it. Gonna get rid of... I got rid of the wrong card there. Needed to get rid of that one, actually. That was... well, I couldn't, because that was a defender there. So, it's okay. We couldn't have done much else there, really. This Paragon makes their units get stronger every time they attack. So that's gonna become a 2-2. Ah.
I remember you.
Yeah, here we go. Okay. This is the horrible thing about about Cathari, is that they're very aggressive. They throw lots of units at you, and I don't actually think at the moment we've got the cards here to really deal with it. What we're gonna do... This is a tricky card. When this card comes onto the board, you almost need to get rid of it, because you can see here that when another friendly unit is destroyed, this gets bigger. Now, this is also a problem because this is a card that gets strong based off a relic. So what we're probably going to do here, I think, is we're going to get rid of that.
The singularity stands.
Then what we're going to do, I think, is we're going to use this card, which is called Honored Steward. And Shroud's really cool because it has this power called Banish, which basically removes them into a black hole that you control. We're going to do that.
Eternal.
And we're going to get rid of this one. So it's going to be banished into, you can see here, a singularity. And the whole play with Shroud is that you bring the cards back from your black hole, which is what we're going to try and do shortly. Yeah, Planetfall, yeah. That's the expansion, yeah. I haven't really checked out the game since Planetfall because I've just been so busy. But yeah, the Planetfall cards for Shroud. Ah, okay. This isn't too bad. We can deal with this here. What we have to keep doing is we have to keep removing these cards from the board though, because this is going to get stronger every turn, and it's not good. Ah. Okay, let's get rid of this. We don't need that card. Okay. What we're going to do here is we're going to play a card here called Engine Whisperer, which is really strong because it says that the effects that we play cost 1 less. So we have an effect here, which is 1. So if we play this card here, we're going to be able to play this for free, and then we're going to play this card as well. So check out what we're going to do here. I'm going to put that down.
Come on, my beauty.
This is now a free card for us here, and this allows us to deal 2 damage to any unit on the board, right? What we're going to do is we're also going to put another Honored Steward down.
A vigil eternal.
And we're going to get rid of this one. Okay? That's gone. And that doesn't even get banished to our singularity. That just goes, right? Now, what you're probably noticing as well is that when we banish cards, this gets a lot stronger. This is why this is quite powerful. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of one of these.
We must decide quickly.
With that. Right? And he's conceded. So we've won the game.
From lessons
Right?
learned.
Yeah. I've heard that too, that a lot of the big cards are on Cathari. I did actually play a Cathari deck against one when Planetfall was released, and I was like, wow, like what's going on? Because the Cathari by like turn 3, they've always been quite strong by turn 3, turn 4, but by turn 3, he basically killed me by turn 3. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, wow, I might need to get some cards to try and deal with that in Shroud. But we've won. There you go. That's our first victory for today. And here's what I want to show you. So when you win, you get what's called MMR, which is basically your ranking points, right? So we're going to get an additional 14. We're currently at 1,221. And this is the division that we're basically competing in at the moment, which is Platinum 1. After Platinum 1, it's a division called Diamond, and then after Diamond, it's the highest division called Master Rank, right? And I should probably stop calling them divisions. It's ranks, isn't it? That's rare coming into my stream here. But the next ranking is Diamond, and that's Diamond 5. So we need to try and I think we need to get to like 1,000. What do we need to get to? 1,250. Potentially, maybe more. Maybe it's 1,300 MMR, and then we go up a rank, and then if we go up a rank, we then make more prime. But this is how much we've earned.
A successful engagement. We will be pleased.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good to start with. So we've earned 0.05 prime from that one win. Right, that one win, and technically that's more because there's a weird calculation that they do at the end of the day, which usually doubles the amount of prime that you've earned from a day. But 0.05, I'm pretty happy with that to start with. You can see here as well, it tells you that we have 40 out of 40 digital collectibles, and that's really what you want to have. If you have less than 40, then the earnings that you make on Prime go down so much that it's like, it's mind-boggling, you know, like you really need to have 40. We also earn some XP as well. There's different levels in a battle pass, which is basically a season pass, and every time you hit a new level, you unlock more rewards. So yeah, we've earned 0.05. We don't have any keys here, we don't have an avatar or companion, but if we did, we'd be earning even more than 0.05, okay? All right, replication, we'll come and talk about that a little bit later. It's quite a cool feature, actually. Let's keep going. So at the moment, we go onto Prime, and we go to the dashboard here. You can see your best 5, right? So it's really important. If you don't know how Parallel works, you earn money off your top 5 games, right? So you can play as many games as you want in a day, of course, right? But it's only the top 5 games that top 5 wins, sorry, that contribute towards the amount of money that you earn. So 0.05 is a good start. If we can get another win, then that'll potentially be more, because at the moment we are on a win streak of 4. So if we can keep this win streak going, we'll be earning more Prime after each win. You guys can like hear the sound and everything, right? You can hear the sound of the game. I'm only asking that because I made a couple of changes in my my streaming software on the new computer, and I wasn't sure whether it was going to affect the sound. But you guys can hear the sound, right, of the game? Oh, cool. Okay, so at the moment, let's just go back here. We've just earned 0.05 Prime, and this technically is more, because at the end of the day, there's going to be a final calculation, and it's likely going to be double that. The amount that we've earned is 7.317 Prime since I've been playing Parallel. And let me just show you. Go back here really quickly. Okay. This is the Prime token. So at the moment, 1 Prime token is 17.48, so $17.50. So $17.50 times by 7.317. I'm looking at the moment at about $130. Of course, the token can go up and it can go down. So it could be that by the time I actually receive the Prime token, that I get my winnings, it could be that that's closer to $20, which is what it was actually when I was started to play the game 3 weeks ago. It could be less, right? But it's a pretty good value on the token already. Let's go back. Okay. And let's do another game. Let's keep going. Let's use the same deck and let's go back in again. What do you guys think about my my new background as well? You don't have to put up with that empty, dull background. I've got my own little space quarters here. Ah, interesting. So we're playing someone who's a Diamond 3, and they're playing a Shroud, but it's a different Paragon. It's Brand. Now, he's got different abilities, different active and passive abilities. Usually I can beat Brand, but again, he might actually have loads of cards from the new expansion. So this is going to be interesting. We'll see.
One chance. Submit.
Okay, so if you're ever playing Shroud and you're going up against someone who's Shroud, one of the best things that you can try and do is to try and get the 1-cost Singularity Steward on the mulligan. So we're going to get rid of these cards because we don't need them. We're going to keep the Erasure. which is where we can banish a card to our singularity. We're going to get rid of that as well. And then we're going to confirm. So we're going to get... Oh, just about got the confirm in. Okay. So we've got 5 cards here, but we don't have the Singularity Steward, but we do have the Engine Whisperer, which is a pretty good card to have on turn 1. They're going first. If you want to know how it's determined who goes first, it's completely random, but you always know that you're going second, because if you have this here, if you have a shield pod, then you're going second. So they've also put that down. Okay, what we're going to do, this can cause us all manner of problems if we leave it on the board. And given that we've got our own, we want to have our own, but we don't want them to have theirs, because it means that they can play effects like Banish and other effects as well, but mainly Banish. They can play those cheaper, and that's going to hurt our game. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of... yeah, we're going to get rid of Unseen Allies here. We don't need that card at the moment. And then we're going to put this down. Remember, this card is going to allow us to play cards of effects that cost 1 less. So this card here is a 1, which we're going to be able to play for free when we put this down. Put that down. That's then for free, and then we're going to get rid of this here. And that card goes into our Singularity, which we can access, and we can actually then use those cards against the opponents. So it's like stealing their cards and then using them against them. Pretty cool.
Decide quickly.
Okay, we're done. We can end the turn. I always double check that I have banked the energy, and I have.
I stand watch.
Okay. Damn. Okay. So he's basically done exactly what we done, apart from he's been able to do it with putting this Singularity Steward on the board, and this gets stronger whenever anything is banished. So he's only got 1 card in his hand. He's going to get another one in a minute. We can't unfortunately get rid of this now until turn 3, because we can banish it, and then what that will do is it will give us that steward into our Singularity. One of the things I don't like about the game, and one of the things that put me off initially, is that the UI, I'm not a big fan of the UI. I don't think the UI is that slick looking. I don't think that, especially the text is horribly small. Unnecessarily small. Like you can see here, I don't know if you can actually, but this actually says deck, this says waste, and this says Singularity, but it's so small that you're almost squinting to see it. So I hope in the future that they really bring the font up. They did do it on the cards actually here. This used to not be there. This used to be a lot smaller, but they massively upped it. And they need to do it for most of the game. Okay, we can't do anything here. We don't have a card that we can play on 2. We're going to get rid of this card here. We can't do anything, unfortunately. That's a bit of a shame.
We must decide quickly.
What we are going to do, though, on the next turn is we're going to banish this one. I think we're going to banish it. We've got this card here, which you need to try and get down as quickly as you can. Especially when you're playing Shroud. Oh, this is a card that I've not seen before.
Show me lens.
Sensory links engaged.
Wow. That was a decent card, no? Call the Corrupted. Create 2 random corrupted units, each with cost 3 or less. Oh my god. Okay, so this is a planetfall card. This is a card that is not a base card, right? It was not part of the original game. It's just been released, and I don't have it. But That's powerful. That's really cool. So he's basically been able to create 2 additional units there from 1 card. And that's problematic because we don't even have 1 unit on the board yet. And not sure whether we're going to be able to have one. We've got 3 of these here. We've got 3 fanatical crewmans. We really need to try and get them on the board. Let's do it. This is a good card, but I've only got 1 of it. So if I bank it, I then can't play it at all. If it's in the bank, there are some cards which allow you to play from the bank, but I don't have any. So once I bank it, I can't play this again because I don't have another card in my deck. I want to keep this one, banish all units. This basically wipes out the whole board. We need to keep all 3 of these as well. Let's get rid of, well...
We must decide quickly.
Let's bank 1 of these just because we've got a couple. Let's put 1 down.
The new dawn rises.
Okay. So what this card does, if you don't know, is it basically it puts the top 2 cards of each player's deck into my singularity. So we took 2 cards from him, and we took 2 cards from my deck. We put them in here. Oh, he's got some good cards. We're probably going to lose this one. Look, this is a really good card. I think this is actually a legendary card. So there's different rarities in the game. This one's like a common, but this one's like a legendary. So we've stolen that from him. And then this one's also a good card, and it's kind of a little bit expensive to buy. I don't even have it because I couldn't afford to get it. They're good cards to steal, but not amazing. Okay. So he banished our crewman, which is a problem. Okay. We need to get this off the board. Now we have a unit that's just turned up that will allow us to do that. We could just banish it, but I want to try and get some kind of a unit on the board as well. What we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this card here. It's a good one, but I don't think we need it necessarily at the moment. Deal 1 damage to target enemy unit. If that unit is destroyed this turn, it banishes it. We don't have... it doesn't do enough damage to directly banish any of these, so let's get rid of it. And then we're going to put this one down to get rid of the Singularity Steward.
A vigil eternal.
So we're going to banish this unit, send it to our Singularity. So there you go. It's now in here. And we can bring the Paragon. So this is actually a card that you can play on the board. We will be able to play this on the board, and it will start to give our cards in our hand from our Singularity, which we need to do soon. If he... Oh, that's a new card as well. Look at the enemy's hand and put a card from it into your Singularity. If that card was a unit, add a corrupted copy of it to your hand. Oh, dear. He took Banish. He took Banish from us. That's what I would have done as well. Oh my god, he's got 2 of them? How much is that? That's a cost of what, 2? Oh, this card is so powerful. Okay, so this card is an expansion card. I've never seen it
Engaging
before.
target.
It's powerful. Probably going to need that card if I'm going to be running Shroud. Okay. Alright. We can do a couple of things here. We've got a banish, right? This life siphon, deal 2 damage to a target unit. If it would destroy that unit, banish it. So we could banish this one. And then we can destroy this unit here, because it's only going to deal us 1 damage here. Let's do that. Right, get rid of that as well.
Gone into
And then we need to get another crewman down.
The new dawn rises.
Okay, and then we're going to get rid of this one as well. Don't really need a 1 cost unit at the moment. Okay. What we're going to need to do, I think, on the next turn is we need to get... this is our Paragon. It's quite texty, but essentially what it allows us to do is we throw it onto... It's a ship. We throw it onto the board, and then every turn we pay 1 energy. Oh, that's horrible. It's going to get rid of this one. Yeah,
I
it's pretty horrible.
stand watch.
I think we're going to lose this one. Oh my god, he's got all the planetfall cards. He's got treacherous scheming again. Wow. I want to look to see how much that is worth on OpenSea. I bet that's a really popular card. Ooh. So the big problem here actually is not this card, Honored Steward. The big problem is this card. Now we can get rid of this card, and I think we will. But we need to get rid of it to begin with.
This should be good.
So we're going to do 1 damage to that. Then we can... Now it's down to 3, we can get rid of it.
Protect the ship!
Then we can throw that on. Right, this is our Paragon. And then what we do is we spend 1 energy to basically... What's the word? Almost like portal it through the Singularity. Right, so it goes into the Singularity. And then on the next turn, it automatically returns and it pulls a card that we can choose out of the Singularity. So there's currently 11 good cards in there. We're going to do that. So we press this button here.
Quickly.
It spends the remaining energy that we had and it goes into the Singularity. Right? There it is there. And we're going to end the turn. This is good. He's not actually, he doesn't have many cards in his hand. So we have a bit of a ball presence. We don't have many cards ourselves, but we've got our New Dawn in play now. So what will happen is we'll start to generate a lot more cards per turn, because we'll be getting a card from the Singularity each turn, and we'll be drawing a card like naturally anyway, because you can draw 1 new card each turn. A minimum of 1. He's figuring out what to do here. He could kill my, he could kill this here, so we could kill that one. Ah, this is a powerful card. I think this is a legendary card, and I don't have it. It's quite expensive, actually. So he's got like a really good deck. Look at this here. Be very surprised if we win this one.
I stand watch.
Okay. Interesting. So by him putting that down, it means that... Oh, wow.
Watch.
Gone interloper.
Okay. We're gonna need... That's useful. We're probably gonna need this one. We can only use this on turn 8. Do we need that one? I think it's too early for that. Maybe we need a banish here. I think a banish would be okay. This is a problem. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Right. Let's bank this one. Let's banish this because this is amazing. So we're going to steal that one. We're going to hit him for 2. And then we're going to send that back into the singularity. We are low on health here. I think we can deal with that on the next turn. We've got a load of good cards in there. And look, we've got this here. So we can even just remove it on the next turn with the Honored Steward. We can banish it, basically. We're doing okay. We're not in a great position, but we're doing okay. We're in there. Like, he can only hit us for 4 with the card he's got on the board, which would take us down to 12. We've only hit him for 3. But we can turn this around. And he's got 7 cards in singularity. What's he got? He's got a lot of good cards in there. And he's going to try and access them now with this card. Okay. This could cause us a little bit of a problem. Is he going to banish one? No. Okay. Need to try and bring back some control here. Okay. Oh, what? I didn't want to pick that at all. I didn't want to pick that. Not at all. Okay. Let's put that down. I don't want to destroy this one. I want to banish this one. I want to have a defender card that we can play. Let's play it.
Show me cleanse.
Let's bank that. Let's do that. And then let's hit him for 2 there, and then 3 there. Okay. So it's quite useful to look at what is in the opponent's singularity. He can't access it very often with this Paragon. But look, he's got this card. We just banished that and he's got another one. That was actually our one. So look, when it says mismatch here, that was our card, which he's been able to steal from us, which allows him to access more cards in his singularity.
Eternal.
Ouch. That's annoying. He got rid of our defender, which is really annoying. What we might do here, I think we will do it, is we'll use this here. We're down to 8, and the best solution, I think, think, is to use a banish here, steal all his cards, clear the board, and then we can... Oh, no. I didn't select it. Spent so long talking about it, I didn't select it. Fuck. What I should have done, what I wanted to do, was I wanted to select this card here. Because then what this would allow us to do is clear the board. Oh, I missed it. So we're going to lose this game now, unfortunately. Oh, what can we do? Can we do anything to salvage it?
I stand watch.
Yeah, they do. They do need to make it more obvious, because they need to have like a sound timer so you know what's going on.
This should be good.
Be gone, interloper.
That's not going to get banished for us, unfortunately. Oh, can't believe that. He's only got 2 cards in his hand as well, so if we'd have picked that card out, that would have been the difference for us there. We need to get rid of one of these here.
We must decide quickly.
Let's get rid of that.
Protect the ship.
There we go. So these are good cards, these are Honored Stewards, but if you remove them from the board, then the card that they banish then returns. He's got rid of the defender. There you go, so we can hit us for 4 again.
Be gone, interloper.
I think we're going to lose this one, and actually it's a shame because I don't think we needed to lose it. What we can do on the next turn though is we can banish everything here, which we're probably going to need to do. So he's brought his card onto the field here. I think we're just going to banish here. We're not going to take any risk at all. We're going to banish everything. Okay, cool. Do we need to banish everything? Don't know if that's the right play. I don't want to kill this, because if you kill it, it brings this unit back. So you almost need to banish this one. You know what we'll do? We'll hit him.
Be gone, interloper.
I will not fall.
We'll do that.
Not today.
And then we're going to banish everything. That might actually hurt us though, because I think he's going to get a unit back here. He gets that unit back. They can only hit us for 3. We're on 4. Yeah. So he can knock us down immediately to on his turn to 1. We have him at 7.
We must decide quickly.
Oh, sorry. Didn't realize we didn't go there. Let's get rid of that. He's got 4 cards in his hand. We've only got 2. He could start to... Wow. Shouldn't really lose to this this Paragon if you're playing New Dawn, because New Dawn's much stronger
Debt
than this one,
must
but
be paid.
he's had some good cards. It's caused us a few problems. Right. We can take this one. We have 10 seconds, okay? We probably need to get another banish here. I'm not kidding. We need to banish all of those. Not ideal. But we need to banish these two. Hanging on. We're clinging on to one. One of the things with the Shroud deck is it doesn't tend to do a lot of damage to you outside of combat. So there are a couple of cards where he can just hit me, but there's not many.
I think you wield strength, such power to be gained.
Okay. Think we can deal with this at the moment. We need to bring this back. Oh, okay. Okay. We can just about do this here, I think. Yeah, I think we can just about do it. We need to use 2 here. Or do we? If we put, so 1, that's going to be 3, that's going to be 2, 1, 3, 8. Okay, we need to put this down.
Come on, my beauty!
Then we need to get rid of this here. Oh. Then I don't want to banish this one, but I kind of need to, because if we put this down, the defender, it's going to stop him from hitting us directly. But if he just banishes this, then he can just hit us for 1. So we don't really have the luxury where we can just put a defender down when you're going up against Shroud. We need to have more. We need to just hold on. So we're going to banish it. Now the problem we've got here is we can put this down, but we don't want to because we need to take this off the board. Otherwise he'll banish that one. Hello to CD Red. Yeah, CD Red. How you doing, man? There we go. This is tight. This is close, you know. Given that we were what? We were at like health of... See, look, he's banished that. But every time we keep bringing our New Dawn back onto the field, it's doing 1 damage to him or a unit. Okay. So at the moment, what we just need to be doing here is removing. So look, it done 1 damage to him. He's down to 4. We just need to be removing. And what we're going to do... is we're going to use this one here. Because we cannot afford to put a defender down for the defender to then just be removed. What we can do, we can do that.
I stand watch.
And we can do that.
A vigil eternal.
It's going to banish that unit. It's going to make this one more powerful. Then we send the New Dawn back into our Singularity. So now we have 8, which is more than enough to deal with this here. So he basically, on his turn, he has to remove both of these. If he just removes 1, we can kill him. This is close. You're doing good, man. I play Parallel and Sorare too. Love it. Love to hear it. How you getting on with Parallel? Do you like it? I think it's great. I think it's got so much potential as well to be really big. Very fun. The earnings are amazing on it. Are we going to win this game here? Ah, okay. So what's he got rid of here? Probably this one. No? Okay, fine.
Gained.
He needs to put a defender down. If he doesn't put a defender down, we're going to win this one. Or he needs to banish this card. There you go, banishes the card. That was pretty good. Please get rid of that card. No, it's hit him. Okay. There's no good options here. We've got that. We need to get another one of this here. Oh, okay. We do need to probably put a defender down. 5, then 5. That means that we won't be able to bring this back. Oh, dear. Okay. All right. Here's what we have to do. This is not ideal. Here's what we have to do. We have to put this down.
A vigil eternal.
To get rid of that.
A vigil eternal.
Then we have to put this down, and we have to hope that he can't banish it. Or oh, can we do it like that? Oh my god, we can so do it. We're gonna have to leave this on the board, which means that he could destroy it. But if we get rid of that here, that's risky. You should never really leave that on the board, because he can remove that now, and that's going to stop us from accessing our singularity. But we have so much here, and we literally need to hit him for 3, that I think it was worth doing at this point to take that other thing off the board. Are we going to do this here? This is some battle. Did you start with a starter NFT deck? I did. Oh, what's that? What is that? Deal 4 damage to target unit. Okay. Oh my god, look at how tight this is. I think he's just lost. He's just lost. Oh my god. Guys, look at this. Wow. Wow. Oh my god. Never give up. Never give up. He had, at one point, health of 27. He got our health down to, like, 7 or something. And it just looked like it was a foregone conclusion, didn't it? It looked like, okay, we're gonna lose this one. What a battle. What a battle. And what a win. And we keep our win streak alive. That is 5 wins in a row. Brilliant. I'm so happy with that. What a good game. So, we extend our win streak. The last win that we got on Parallel, we won 0.005. We're going to see now, if it will load, we're going to see what we're going to win this time. Oh, what's going on here? What's happened to the screen? Hey, what's going on? Don't tell me after all that. What? Is this like the FIFA bug where you don't get the win? I hope not. I hope we didn't go through all that not to get the win. Let's go back to a different screen, and then we'll try to return to it. What's interesting is that I'm seeing the parallel menu, which I shouldn't be seeing. Right, let's try this again. I hope we get the win. I farmed 5 Prime in the previous season. Do you know how to claim? I asked this question in a Discord, so apparently, I think it's around the middle of the month, the Prime is sent to your wallet. So you don't really have to do anything. It's sent to your wallet and then you can claim it. Yeah, maybe I have to restart it. Let's go back. There we go. I've sorted it. There you go. That's the one thing that you do have to accept with this game, is that it is an open beta. There are quite a few bugs. There's a few things like glitches. So it needs a bit more polish and it needs a bit more optimization. But if you can deal with it and if you can like get by with it, then it's very, very fun, very enjoyable. So we get another win. We get 16 to our MMR. We're still in Platinum 1.
A successful engagement.
And we win 0.051. Okay, so it's gone up a little bit more, and it will continue to earn more after every win streak, which is great. What a win that was, honestly. Yeah, very nice. 5 prime in a month with a starter deck. Very good. Yeah, very good, man. This is what I mean about this game. The earning potential in this game is nuts, right? If you guys want to know a little bit about the earning potential, I was pretty much the same with CD Red, okay? I put $30 into the game because the starter packs are about $30, okay? The starter packs give you 40 NFT cards. It's a really good way to get started in the game and to start earning, okay? They cost $30. I spent $30 on a starter pack, right? That starter pack of $30, just from using it in like a week, I already recouped the entire cost of that starter pack within a week. Within a week. I'm not kidding. It was so good. And I put a little bit more money into the game, a little bit more money. It allowed me to go and get more cards, more starter packs. I started to trade with the starter packs as well. I think in total, I put about $80 into the game, $90, something like that. And you can see that my prime earnings, as I mentioned earlier, as I showed, is 7.317. I've only been playing the game for about 3 weeks now. And as I say, 7.317 is about $130. I've spent about 90, so I've already recouped my initial investment. And I will continue to keep earning because now I have the cards, right? You can just keep playing them and they keep earning you prime. So we've got off to a really good start here. 0.051, 0.050, and we've been extending our streaks as well. Let me take a quick breather. So quick 2-minute break, guys, or so. Gonna get a top up of my drink, then I'm gonna come back and then we can talk about Parallel and do some more games as well. So don't go anywhere, stay connected, and I'm gonna be back in about a couple of minutes, okay? And we're back. We are back. And I need to say, first off, as we just returned, I need to say a big thank you to Viper for the raid, man. Thank you for jumping in with a party of 17. Massively appreciated. So there you go, man. Thank you so much for the support. Welcome into the channel. Hello to Mark Gork as well. God, nice to see Mark Gork in here. How you doing, Mark? This is the game. It wasn't NFL Rivals. This is the game that I have been teasing you all about over the last couple of weeks. Parallel. We've been playing a couple of games. I've been having loads of fun. The earning on it has been great as well. I'll be talking a bit more about that later. Should we do another game? I don't know whether we can top that last game. The last game that we played, if you guys just jumped in, was wild. We were surviving on like life of 1, and we ended up winning just about, but it was a brilliant game, really fun. And I also discovered from playing that more cards which I'm not familiar with yet, because they've just released a new expansion pack and there's loads more cards in the game now, so I'm still learning some of the new cards in the game, and there were some really good ones in there. So I think we'll do another game. We need another one anyway. You can see that we have a bounty here. Bounties are kind of like, they're basically the game's term for missions. So if you can complete these missions, it will give you more XP. And you can also then get additional cards as well. But the XP is really quite important, because if you go onto the battle pass here, this is... I think this won't be unfamiliar for a lot of you. If you've been playing games that have like season passes, this is basically the same. There's a free route where every time you get more XP and you get to the next milestone, you unlock a free reward. But if you pay for the season pass, right, you then unlock the premium stuff. And so getting completing your bounties basically means that you get more XP, and that helps you to climb the battle pass. And the aim really, whether you're playing free or if you've bought the premium battle pass, the aim really is to get to rank 30 or level 30, because then that allows you to get all the rewards, right, all the main rewards. And then if you can make it to rank 33, there's a couple of extra things as well. There's like a title that you can unlock. But everybody who's playing for free will constantly be getting these boxes, these packs, and in the packs you then get more cards, and those cards allow you to play the game more and refine your playing strategy and the decks that you want to build. Okay, let's okay, on the homepage here we've also got some missions. These missions change every day. You can re-roll them, so if you have a mission that you don't think you're going to get a chance to do, you can just like re-roll it for free, and then it will give you a new one. Like this one here, play 10 upgrades. I'm probably going to re-roll that one because I don't use a deck that actually uses upgrades really. This is a perfect mission for one of the other parallels, which is called Algan Core.
Hello.
This one here. So Algan Core.
Hello, friend.
This is a faction or parallel which is all about bionic upgrades and implants and machinery. So if I was using that, I would probably keep this this mission, because I think I would then be able to play 10 upgrades. But Shroud, there's not many upgrades actually at all. There might be with the new expansion pack, but I haven't checked it out yet. So we're going to re-roll that one. Here you go, free re-roll. Oh, and look at that. That worked out well, didn't it? We got rid of the Algan Core focused mission, and then the new one we get is win 3 games with Shroud, which we can definitely do. We've also got this here where we play 10 effects and we can now claim 600 XP. This 600 XP might actually take us to like the weekly challenge being completed. Let's do that. Yeah, we've done it, look. As I mentioned, guys, I love this game, and I think this game has so much potential. I do think that the UI in the game needs to be better, slicker. I think that the text is just too small. Like here, you can barely read that. But these are small things which I think the team can change, though. We're going to claim the challenge reward as well, which I think then gives us an additional 3,000 XP. So we've just got, I think it was 500 from completing that mission. If we claim the challenge reward, I think we get an additional 3,000, and then that will bump us up quite high on the battle pass, right? Let's do it. Yeah, look. We've gone from level 1 to level 5 and a bit. And so now if we go back to the battle pass here, okay, we go down to the bottom, you can see that we've already claimed the reward, the milestone reward for level 1, but we've got level 2, level 3, level 4 and level 5 rewards to be claimed here. These are just going to be cards, right? So these are going to be the like the apparition cards, which are the free-to-play cards, which we're not going to use because we are playing this game to try and earn money as well. And to do that, you need to have not the apparition cards, but the NFTs. But what's really cool about claiming the apparitions is that it allows you to see the cards which you don't own as an NFT, and then you can actually start to build decks with them and then test those decks out in some of the different play modes in the game. For example, if we go into quick play, we could build a deck that has no NFTs in it at all, but then it maybe has some really good cards that would be expensive as an NFT, but we can build that deck with no NFTs in it, and then we can test it out in unranked mode. Here you go. It says unranked is a great place if you want to play more relaxed or hone your skills using a new deck. You can experience and familiarize yourself without worrying about losing your rank. Okay, you can also go up against the AI. This is quite a good mode where I use it quite a bit if I want to test how strong my deck is, or I want to play it against my own deck, right? To see what some of the weaknesses are. I can tell the AI, hey AI, I want you to play with my ranked deck, this one here, the New Dawn, and then I can try out a different deck to see whether I can beat it. If I can't beat it, then what's the big card that I need to be using more for my own deck, etc, etc. Let's go back to the battle pass though. Let's claim this here. So in order to claim them, you just need to click on the level and then we click claim. Okay, and you can see here, look, it's an apparition pack, which means that, as I said, it's going to be the free cards, not going to be NFT cards or anything like that. There we go. So we've got one rare in there, and then we got 2 uncommons and 2 commons in there. A lot of good cards, actually. And these are the base cards which came with the game. These are not the expansion cards at the moment. Claim again. Okay. Oh, look. This is a Planetfall Apparition pack. So this is the expansion. These are cards from the newly released expansion pack. Right? I don't have any, I don't think. So this is going to be quite cool. This is a cool looking card. So we've got all uncommons there. I think that card was actually played. No, it wasn't. I was going to say, I thought that card was played against us in the last match, but it wasn't. It just looked very similar. This is quite a cool looking card as well. What does this one do? After this unit deals... Okay, so it's a cost of 3. It has 4 power. And it has 3 health. After this unit deals combat damage, reveal target enemy bank card. If there are at least 3 revealed enemy bank cards, this unit has +2/+1. So it could potentially be a 6/4 card. That's a good looking card. I like that as well. Cool. Okay. Let's claim the other two. All right. Claim that one. This is just a bog standard base apparition pack. Like the base set. You can see it there. Here's a couple of our Shroud cards that we were using in the last deck. Yeah, cool. And then this is our current rewards. This is where we're up to. We can claim this one as well. This is a premium pack. The premium packs have a better percentage to get you the uncommons and the rares. Look, here you go, a rare. And then 2 uncommons and 2 commons as well. Look at this card. What a cool card that is. Silent Surgeon. Heal yourself for 6. So when you play this on the board, it's going to heal your health for 6 life, which is good. It's a cost of 5. Its actual base stats are quite low. So it's probably not a card that you want to play too often. If at all, really. And it is a universal card. We haven't talked about that yet. So, like, cards in the game, you can only play in a deck of that parallel, right? Of that faction. The exception to that are universal cards. Now, universal cards, you will be able to tell what is a universal card because they will have the parallel logo on them here, which indicates that it's a universal card, right? So I can play this in a Shroud deck, or an Algan Core deck, or a Cathari, any of the other factions, I can play this in any of them, right? Whereas this card here, no, that card I can. Yeah, whereas this card here, you can see that it doesn't have the parallel logo anymore. This is the logo for Shroud to represent that faction, which means that I can only play it when I'm playing with Shroud. Okay, I can't play this card in a deck with other factions, okay? Let's keep going. Let's do another game. Let's do a load of games if we can. Let's keep our rank streak going. We're currently 303rd. Let's do it. We're not going to change the deck at all. Let's keep it going. I'm a little bit worried that because we're on a win streak of 5, what I found from playing the game is that when you hit a win streak of 5, the game usually matches you with a really tough opponent after the 5th win streak. And this could be the case here.
Opening frequencies.
Yeah,
Frequencies.
it is a little bit.
Greetings.
So we're up against the New Dawn, which is what we have, but we're up against someone who's in Diamond 4, which is quite high. They have an avatar as well, which these avatars cost like thousands of dollars. He's probably spent quite a bit of money in the game. He might even have a lot of the Planetfall cards too. This is quite difficult because when you go up against like the exact same faction, like parallel, and the same paragon, you basically know what they can do, right?
Ready to serve.
Oh, okay. We might keep hold of that one. We'll get rid of these two. It's good that we've got this because ideally we want more of them. If we can get a lot of we only got one. If we had another one, we'd be in a really strong position. Okay. So the reason why we kept this card was to basically deal with that there. Because if that is allowed to stay on the board, as I mentioned in the last game, they can play all their effects for 1 cost less, and that just means that on turn 2 they can start to banish your cards, and you really don't want that. What we will do, we don't need this card at all against the Shroud. This is a really good card to try and control aggro decks, where it will basically destroy lots of them if they're low health. But against the Shroud, it's pretty It's just, you don't need it. So we get rid of it. And then we're going to get rid of that. Okay. Cool. End the turn.
Come on, my beauty.
He's got another one. Lovely. Okay. Oh, this is a new card. What does this do? New Dawn's Venerated Radar. So this is part of the new expansion pack. This card may only be in your deck if the New Dawn is your Paragon. Muster. A muster ability happens when the card is played on the board. So when it was played on the board, it added a random corrupted unit from your enemy's parallel to your hand. Ah. Okay. What we need to do is we need to get this card down. The problem is that now he's got that on the board, it is going to allow him to banish this probably. We don't have many options. We've got this card. We've got two of them actually. This is a good card because it allows you to pick whatever you want from your deck. But it's a cost of 5. We don't need it at the moment. Let's get rid of this one.
Must decide quickly.
Let's put that down. And let's put that down.
I stand.
Because this is a really... this is a problem card for them. We have banked energy as well. I always double check that. Okay. So what I'm expecting is that he's going to remove the Singularity Steward. Because he really needs to try and get rid of it.
A debt must be paid.
This is a... I think this is a legendary card. And this is a real pain for us now. Because what he's doing at the moment... Oh, what's he done there?
Masks off.
Oh,
Show me, friends.
we need that card. That card that he played? Yeah. We saw this card in the last game. We're going to have a look at this card, I think, after this game to see how much we could buy it for on the NFT marketplace. This is just so strong, this card. Right. We have a bit of a problem here. Because he's going to be... We don't have anything to banish. Actually, that's not true. Okay. This is a card which you can use to destroy an enemy relic. We don't need it because he doesn't have an enemy relic at the moment. We've only got 2 of these, so if we bank one, we need to not bank the other one. Ideally, I want to be playing this down, but we have too many units here. We need to try and deal with them. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this one down. He's got the defender as well. That's horrible. We have to attack the defender for 1. And then we're going to have to sacrifice our Engine Whisperer to kill that. But then it's going to banish that unit for us, right? So he gets banished into our Singularity. Then this gets bumped up. And then what we need to do is get rid of this Engine Whisperer.
Quickly.
The Singularity stands.
And we haven't banked a unit either, no? I thought we had. Let's get rid of this one. No, we have. We have banked a unit. Okay. Okay. This is tricky because we're not in a good position. Ah, look, he's got that card again. We need to get that card.
You know.
Oh my god. I really like that card. And I'm really curious to know how much that's worth. Wow. I haven't seen this either.
stand.
He got rid of our... this isn't going well.
Ours to take.
I said, didn't I? When you hit the 5 win streak, they tend to throw a really big card at you. And to be fair, this guy has loads of... Like, this is a legendary card. You can only have, I think, one of them in the deck. And this card, I think, is also really good too. Yeah, he's got lots of really good new cards, so we're not quite ready for it. What we can really do, I think, is we can just try and take some of these units off the board. We don't have anything in our singularity at the moment. What does this one do? After this unit deals combat damage, it gains +1/+1. That's horrible. We need to get rid of that. Okay, yeah, we need to get rid of that now.
This should be good.
So when it dies, it has an ability called Aftermath, which allows you to give another one of your units, so his units, +1 on attack. And he's given it to that one.
We must decide quickly.
And we're just going to get rid of this as well, I think. You can see that we're kind of in a bit of a bind here already. Yeah. But this is why that's so powerful. This Call the Corrupted. The fact that it is creating on the board 2 units is brilliant. This is actually what Shroud was missing. It was missing a way for you to create lots of units by turn 2, turn 3. Yeah, so that's gone. Yeah, I think we're going to lose this here.
The new dawn rises.
The way that we would deal with this here
To take.
is with a demolecularized, which is a cost of 8 card, but we're only on turn 4 here, and he has so many units on the board that I think, yeah, it's pretty much done this now. If you look at the cards that we've got, this is a cost of 7. Obviously, we're on turn 4. We'd need to wait another 3 turns to be able to use that one. And that's usually a turn 6 card, but he has this card, which is making our effects cost 1 more. So it's delaying our plays, right? And we have 2 of them, so we would bank 1 anyway. But then all we've got here is we don't have enough cards that we can play 2 or 3 in 1 turn. We've got a Banish, which is a cost of 4. That's only going to get rid of 1. We've got this one here. Let's put this down. Let's put this down for now. Or do we? Let's put that down.
What things I could show you.
We will go and claim our Banish here. I think it's too late. It's going to be too late for us to clear the board. Because he can do 3, 4, 7, 9. God, he can do 12 damage to us on the next turn.
Decide quickly.
This takes us down to 8. And we can't even use that until like turn 9. Oh dear. Yeah. But this is what's really cool, is that I get to see the new cards, right? And this actually shows me what my deck could potentially look like in the future if we can trade some cards, right? What does this one do? When this unit deals combat damage to a non-token, non-paragon enemy unit, a bit of a mouthful, add a corrupted copy of that unit to your hand. When this unit deals damage to the enemy player, add a corrupted copy of a random unit in their hand to your hand. Oh my god, that's so powerful. Okay.
is to take.
Who's winning?
Protect the ship!
Yeah. We should really concede here, because there's nothing we can do to win this here. We'll play it through to the end though, so you guys can see how it all plays out. Yeah, this is a real pain. This card is a real pain. Because it's just meaning that we can't do our spells or our effects until it's just delaying us, right? This is usually a cost of 1, but now it's costing 2, and we have 2 of them, so a real pain. We can't even do a banish and one of these. Well, we could, I guess, right? Let's get rid of that. Maybe if we banish that one, then these will be reduced to 1. Okay. And then maybe we can get rid of this one, because this one's a real pain as well. We have to use this effect twice, though, to get rid of it.
We must decide quickly.
Okay. So he can do 6 damage to us on the next turn, but we've given ourselves an extra turn to survive. Oh, it's going to take us down to 3. Oh, it's got this card as well. This card's really expensive. This treacherous scheming is really good. Look at the enemy's hand and put a card from it into your singularity. Did he? Oh, I thought he was going to steal the banish from us there. He didn't.
The new dawn rises.
This is so strong.
Dawn.
Ah, it's going to do 1 damage to us here. Oh, no way. He's left this on the board. I'm so annoyed that we can't... Can we punish it?
Who's winning?
Protect the ship!
We won't be able to punish it. Oh no, he's gonna get rid of it now. I was gonna say, you never want to leave this on the board against Shroud, because I could just destroy it. Yeah. Yeah, well played. He's done us here. So look, we have 6 energy. The banish is at 8, but we just haven't had the right cards. yeah, definitely not winning this one. We'll put some cards down, but there's nothing we can do. We'll let him finish him off. Finish us off. Yeah, we definitely need to look at some of those cards. Yeah, there you go. Finish us off. You win some, you lose some. We're losing this one, but I have to say, it's quite nice to see the Shroud strong from turn 1 to turn 3 with the new cards, because that's been its weakness when I was playing it in the last season, is that it felt like for turn 1 to turn 4, you're just basically struggling to stay in the game against aggro decks throwing everything at you from turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. But now, with that card, what was that card called? This one, Call the Corrupted. We'll definitely check this out in a minute. Create 2 random corrupted units, each with cost 3 or less. That's so good. Looks cool as well. What's he doing?
We will be pleased.
We allowed him to finish us off, and I wanted him to do it. Okay, so our win streak comes to an end there. We drop 14 of the points, but we stay platinum 1.
Damage unsustainable. Abandoned ship.
Let's go and take a look at that card. Call the Corrupted. Right. Okay. So this is the price of the Prime token, which we talked about earlier. But what I want to do, we can go over to OpenSea here. Okay. And OpenSea is like the eBay, the NFT eBay. And this is the main place where you will be trading. Look, you can see here, Parallel Planetfall. It's trending. It's the top 4 NFTs that's being traded at the moment in the world, which is great. I'm going to log in. We have a Web3 wallet set up. If you don't have one, then I will look to do a video to show you how to do one on YouTube. Right, what I want to do, we're going to Parallel Planetfall. And these are all cards which you can buy and sell. And if you have cards, NFT cards, you can get them up listed here and you can sell them. What I want to do, I want to find that card. So it's a Shroud card. And it was called the Corrupted, wasn't it? So we're going to type in Corrupted here. Here we go. Call the Corrupted. There's 250 or so of them. You can see there's 2 types, right? This is a special edition card. It's essentially the same as the ordinary cards, but it's just there's less supply of them, and it looks a little bit different, right? But it's still an NFT, and it will earn you just as the same amount as a normal first edition card. This is the card which I'm concerned with. There you go. So there are 250. Oh, what's going on with the text there? Why is the text all messed up like that? There are 250 of these cards existing, and they are selling, at least listed on the market, for $110. And this is a card that I would love to have, but $110 is a lot. we can't afford to bring that in at the moment. There are other ways that you can try and find the card that you're looking for, but maybe in a cheaper way. And I'm going to show you that now. If I go onto my watch list here, okay, what you'll see is that there's loads of different parallel pages on OpenSea, and I would recommend that you add these ones to your own watch list on OpenSea, because they sell the parallel cards but in different ways, right? And I will explain it now. So Parallel Planetfall, I'm pretty sure this is the only place where you can buy, sell and trade the expansion pack cards, right? However, the alpha, you've got 2 alphas here. Parallel Alpha, just normally, this is on the Ethereum mainnet, which is the main network for the Ethereum blockchain. But you've got Parallel Alpha, and you've got, in kind of like brackets, base, right? This is also on the Ethereum. So the whole game basically runs on Ethereum, but there's different networks on the Ethereum blockchain. And the base network is a layered network, which is a lot cheaper for gas fees. And when you're trading parallel cards, the base network is usually going to be the one that you want to try and look at first if you can, just so that you don't get stung with like loads of big gas fees when you're making trades and you're buying cards and selling cards, right? You've got this here called Parallel Echoes, and I'll bring this one up. This is quite cool, because what the game allows you to do is the game allows you to create NFT versions of your cards, which are then called echoes. And those echo cards are still considered an NFT because they are an NFT. They look a little bit different. but you can use them in a deck of 40 that will then total up being a full deck of NFTs, right? So you can use them in exactly the same way as a first edition, as a special edition, but it allows you to sell the cards that you own as NFTs, and you mint them, you create them yourself. Now, what's interesting is that these technically should be in many ways cheaper than the first edition cards, but in many cases they're actually kind of more expensive, and there are some cards which are really rare in the game but are very powerful that don't have many echoes of them, but also it's quite expensive to get them elsewhere. So what I'm saying is that you can buy them as an echo. They'll be a little bit expensive at times, but the alternative is that they might be more expensive elsewhere, so they will still end up being kind of like the cheapest option. There's a ton of different cards here. Most of these, from the looks of it, are the base cards. It looks like it. But just to kind of show you, we've got this Echo card is $2.79, which actually isn't too bad, right? If we find this card on the Parallel Alpha base though, right? So remember, we're on Parallel Echoes here. So another human player on Parallel has the original first edition card of the Artifact Appraiser, and they have been able to create a copy of that NFT, which they can then sell. It's just a nice way to make a little bit more additional money to help you then trade and get the cards that you want. But if we go into Parallel Alpha and we look for the Artifact Appraiser, we'll type it in actually. Artifact. There we go. Right, let's bring, again, you can see that there's a special edition version. You can see the difference really. The coloring is a little bit different, and the QR code is more shinier. That's essentially the big difference between a first edition and a special edition. If you're one of those collectors that love having special edition items, then these are going to really appeal to you. But I think for most people, the bog standard kind of first edition is going to be the one that matters the most, right? We click on Artifact Appraiser here, right? So this is on the base network, and this other one is not on the base network. This one is actually on the Ethereum network, right? The Ethereum mainnet. This is priced at $2.79 as an echo, right? It's a copy of the first edition, right? The first edition though, on the base network, I can buy for $2.15. So $2.79 for the copy, $2.15 for the actual original one. You can actually get this card in a starter pack, so you don't really need to buy this one individually unless you sell it and then you feel like, okay, I want that back. But you get 3 copies of this in the starter packs, and I will show you those as well. It's very quiet in the chat. I don't want to just be overwhelming you with lots of information. So let me know if you've got any questions or if there's something that's not clear, because then I can answer them on the stream. But what I was just kind of trying to run through here is that there's loads of different pages where you can buy different things for Parallel in different ways, which kind of makes it a little bit more complicated than I think it needs to be. It would be great if there was like one page, and just one page where you buy Parallel cards for the game, right? But you can see here there's quite a few, and not all of these pages are where you can buy and sell cards too. For example, the Parallel avatars, you're not buying or selling cards here. You are buying the avatars, and the avatars are almost like an NFT art collectible, but it has utility, because if you own one and you own a Parallel avatar that matches the parallel deck that you're running. So for example, let me just show you. Let's say we're looking for, because we run the Shroud deck, let's say that we're looking for a Shroud avatar, right? Okay, and then there's loads of different types of avatars for Shroud. They all look very different and they're all very unique, which is great. Let's say that I wanted to pick up this one, right? If I bought it, I can then use it in the game to boost how much prime I win with each win, okay? The thing to keep in mind is that the avatars are really expensive at the moment, and we have this sorted from lowest price to highest price, and the lowest price right now for an avatar in the game is 0.74 ETH. You're probably thinking to yourselves, what is that in normal money? If we click on it, right, it's $2,321. 2,000. The avatars are insanely expensive, really expensive. You don't need them. You don't need them, okay? I don't want to scare people off in this game. You don't need to have an avatar to play and enjoy playing Parallel and to earn money on Parallel, right? But if you have one, it is going to be able to boost your earnings, and of course you'll be able to sell them potentially for profit as well in the future. Hello to Captain. Good info. Can you cover renting avatars and keys, etc.? One of the things that you will be able to do in the game soon is you will be able to loan out your cards, right? I don't think you can loan out your avatars, but I think you can loan out your cards because they're releasing a new feature. I think it's called bonds, right? And that allows you to then make money from loaning your cards out. I don't think you can loan out your avatars though, or your keys. I think you have to buy them. I mean, I guess technically what you could do, you could sell them, right? And then that person would then sell them back to you, but I don't think you can actually loan them. If you can, if anybody knows whether that's true or not, then let me know. As I say, I've only been playing for 3 weeks and I don't know everything. I'm still figuring out a few things. This guy's name is Pussy Distrexer. We know what he's really trying to say. But yeah, the avatars are really expensive. Eventually, one day, I'd like to be able to own one. You can win them, right? That's the great thing. You can win them. So over on the Parallel page on Twitter, let's bring it up. They actually give away. They give away some avatars. They've done a recent one. Where was it? They do lots of giveaways. Look, here we go. A Meta Quest 3 was given away, and the winner was this guy here, NFT Bibs, right? And then look, Sal Zero 588 won an avatar, and that's probably worth a couple of grand, right? And they've won it just from entering a free weekly giveaway. So you can win them, which I think is amazing, because imagine winning an avatar like that's worth like 2.5 grand. You can also win them, I think, in tournaments as well. In the game, they do every now and then tournaments, and whenever they pop up, you should try and enter them, because then there's usually great stuff to win. But yeah, there's just loads of different ways you can buy stuff in the game. What I want to do, I want to go back to Planetfall, right? We looked at Call the Corrupted, and Call the Corrupted is up listed for $109.48. That is the cheapest as well. The next cheapest is $119, and you can actually see that a day ago it sold for 0.0348 ETH, which is actually around $109. So they are expensive. Some of them are really cheap, but these are the brand new cards which are super powerful now, which are obviously changing the meta. It's going to be difficult to get these types of cards to begin with, although over time they'll probably reduce in value a little bit. And if you can keep earning Prime, then eventually you will be able to earn them and be able to afford them. What I want to do though, I wanted to see what is the cheapest card available on the Planetfall page here, right? And it is the Shroud one. And this is the cheapest card, which is 0.0035 ETH, which is $10.96. And one of the things that you might have noticed is that when we're looking at a card on OpenSea, because it is a marketplace for all types of NFTs, you won't be able to know from looking at this card, what does this card do? Like, how much does it cost? What's its health? What's its attack power? What are its special abilities, right? So the way that you check that is you always go to parallel.life, which is the official website for Parallel, and then you go into the menu, you click on collections, and then you click on cards here. Okay, if you click on cards, it brings up the entire card collection. Some of these have not even been released yet, right? So there'll be cards that won't really have any details on them, like, I don't know, has this one been released yet? Yeah, it must have been. But whenever you click on a card that hasn't been released, what it will show you, it will show you basically in the details, it will say it's coming soon, or the details are coming soon. Can't find one at the moment. But what we're going to do is, because I want to look at what does the Salvation Attendant do, we're going to copy that the name of it, and then in here we're just going to paste it in, and there we go. It brings up the card, and then we can view the card, and then this is where we get the information on it. So it's a common card for Shroud. It's an edition of 60,000, and it tells you the artist, it tells you roughly the price of it as well on OpenSea. I'll show you that in a minute. It tells you the abilities and the costs and the all the stats associated with it. So it's a unit that costs 4, has attack of 3, health of 2, and when it enters the board, it gains the attack and health of another target-friendly corrupted unit. And then the Aftermath ability triggers when it dies, right? So if the enemy, the opponent, destroys this card, this is what happens when it gets destroyed. If this unit is not corrupted, banish it and create a corrupted copy of it in your hand. Wow! It's actually pretty good. So if they kill it, and if this is not corrupted, it's going to banish it anyway and send a copy of it. It's going to banish it to your Singularity and then create a copy of this card, but a corrupted copy, and leave it in your hand. That's pretty good. But you would need another card to make this card corrupted, potentially, or you don't, right? Because if this is not corrupted, it's just going to get banished. Really cool. You a fan of the community tools? They should be re-releasing Planetfall packs soon. Yes, they've all been released. Paralink.gg is good, yeah. Paralink.gg, and also that's a good shout from Arc Phaser in there. I'll bring that up. Let's use the link that he's given me here. Another one that I've used actually is, let me bring that one up. It's Parallel Decks as well. This one here. I'm going to leave the link for this in the chat. Paralleldex.life. Because this has been quite good. You can do a deck builder in here. So you can craft and start to theory craft about what cards you want to do. It also shows you like meta cards. So what are the decks that are kind of like the current meta. It also shows you decks which other people in the community have put together and submitted. So if you're struggling to put together a really good deck, then you can always come on here go onto the deck section and then just look at what other people have been putting together, and you can copy the deck into your own game. So let's say, for example, that I was interested in this one. I'd click on it, and then you see this little clipboard. We just copy the deck code, and then we go back into the game, and if we create a new deck, we can then import the code in there, and it basically then creates that whole deck for us, right? Pretty cool, this site. So I'll leave the link for that. Let's go back to home. I'll leave the link for that in the chat. There we go. And yeah, the other one that was posted was paralink.gg. Yeah, and this is another good site as well that gives you lots of information about the cards and, you know, again, decks, right? What are good decks to build? What are people running with? And it shows you when they were last updated and all that sort of stuff. Really cool. Yeah, so do use them. Shroud is OP. Shroud was very strong to begin with, and then it seems to me, from what I've heard, that the new Planetfall cards, new expansion cards, have made Shroud even better. You know, especially between turn 1 and turn 4, turn 5, where they were often kind of weakest, really. Because Shroud's always been a control deck where you try and get to the later end cards, right? The higher cost cards, because that's where it really comes into its own. But against kind of like aggro decks, it was a little bit of a struggle to deal with them if you didn't have enough removal cards to just be removing for the first 5 turns or so. But at the moment, it looks like Shroud have a lot more cards with Planetfall to put more units on the board, and to just be generating more units in general. They've not really been able to generate enough tokens and enough copies of cards, but it looks like Planetfall has kind of corrected that now. Am I a Magic the Gathering fan? I haven't played it in the past before. I've played loads of card games in the past, right? I did want to play Magic the Gathering, but I didn't have a computer to be able to run it. So the card games that I played in the past have been things like Legends of Runeterra, Marvel Snap, Mythgard, which Mythgard, by the way, I thought was fantastic, but it kind of got abandoned by the developer, and it's a bit of a dead game now, but it had a lot of good ideas. Funnily enough, in parallel, when you bank a card to create energy, it was actually Mythgard, which was the first game that I ever saw do that, which was pretty cool. And I played Witcher, also played the Oblivion card game, Eternal as well back in the day. So many, but unfortunately Magic the Gathering I never got round to. I've heard that this game takes a lot of inspiration from Magic the Gathering and Hearthstone. I never played Hearthstone because I didn't really like the lore and the universe that it was set in. It was a little bit too kiddie looking or cartoon looking, you know, and I didn't like the world that it was set in. But I love parallel for this massive universe that they're creating. Should we play more games? Or do we? I'll tell you what, before we play another game, I want to look at this other Shroud card too. This Taste of Power. Because I don't know this one either. So we're going to, again, copy Taste of Power. We can come over to here and we could probably type in... Can we type the name in? No. Maybe we could search for it here, no? There we go, Taste of Power. Perfect, look, on Paralink. Each player chooses a card from their deck, draws it, then shuffles their deck. That's not so great, because it allows the opponent to pick a card from their deck too, which is probably why it's not very expensive. And look, it's got the links here, so that if we clicked on it, it would take us to the exact same page that we were just on. Okay. Let's close some of this down. Let's go back to playing a few more games though. Let's get back into it. My Skippy deck has maybe a 25% chance against Shroud. I've heard with Skippy that, or Sippy I should say, I've heard that there's a bit of a bug with that one that allows it to do better against Shroud. Let's go again with Shroud. I did put together this Marco deck that was pretty good in the last season. I haven't really been using Marco, and to be honest with you, Marco was very strong in the last season. I don't know if it's as strong based on what I'm seeing and hearing about the new cards, right? If we're struggling a bit more with New Dawn, then we'll try some other decks anyway, just to show you guys the different play styles. We've got another mission to claim. We'll claim it. So that's more XP that we get. Okay, we don't quite have enough to get another apparition pack, but that's fine. Let's go back in with the New Dawn. Please tell me so I can exploit. Funny enough, right?
Opening frequencies.
Greetings from the Ogden Core.
Okay, guys, this is going to be interesting because Algan Core, which is the mechanical upgrading one with lots of robots and machines, right? And cyber implants. This one wasn't super strong, but as you get higher up, there's a lot of good players that know how to get the best out of it and have really good cards. We could struggle here.
Combat protocols initiated.
Opponent goes first, right? We could struggle on this one. Let's keep those three. Okay, this is a Paragon that can't be played on the board. So most Paragons can be played on the board as a card. This one can't, but its special ability is that every 4 turns it creates a unit that the opponent can choose which one it creates, right? And they're pretty horrible to deal with at times. We're going to get our Singularity Steward going first, I think. This is arguably the most important card, or one of the most important cards in Shroud. Let's get rid of... I can't really be getting rid of these ones, they're too good. Let's get rid of Fanatical Crewman for now. And let's play our Singularity Steward.
I stand watch.
Okay.
My debt must be paid.
We know that guy. We saw him last time. He's a pain. He is a pain. We're gonna use this PS8 launcher to reduce his health down to 1. Because he's gonna probably try and clear the shield pod, which is our defender. So our defender is going to stop him from attacking this directly. But I don't want this on the field because this causes us loads of problems, right? It stops us from being able to do what we need to do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of unseen allies. We don't need that at the moment. We're going to use this here to knock it down to 1-1. And then on the next turn, we'll probably play the Void Runner, because this can deal 1 damage to the target enemy unit. And when it does that, it's going to banish it. And then this card is going to get bigger once we banish a unit. So that's the thinking at the moment. Okay, end the turn. Because we need to get this off the board. It's a pain. I wasn't expecting it to be in this deck, to be honest with you.
Ours to take.
Yeah. I was gonna say, even if he puts a defender down here, which is what he's done, this card's actually pretty good. It was good before the expansion. I even bought it, actually. I thought it was so good I even bought it, but then I sold it later on. Putting a defender down means that we can't attack this directly, but we don't need to, right? Because we're going to put this down to kill it with the 1. What I also want to do, though, is I want to get another one of a Singularity Steward down. That's quite important. We're going to, unfortunately, get rid of one of our Honored Stewards, which is a shame. But then we're going to put that down.
I stand watch.
And then what it means is that when we banish that card, both of these are going to get buffed at the same time. It's going to put us in a good position. So we come in here.
This should be good.
And we're going to choose the target to hit for 1. If it gets destroyed, then it's going to get banished into our Singularity. So we can steal that card, basically. Right, goes into our Singularity. These two get buffed. And then we've got it here so that we can start to use that against the opponent when we get our New Dawn on the board. And we can already start to attack this defender, which is not going to do us any damage at all. Good, we're in a good spot here. That's a really good card. And it looks cool too. He's going to kill one of these, yeah. This card here, Black Market Fixer, I don't have. It's quite widely used because its base stats are quite low. It costs 4, but what it's mainly used for is to get rid of those really pesky low-cost units which can buff up. Okay. What we're going to do here... We're going to get rid of the Mercenary Gunslinger. We're going to bring in an Honored Steward. Now, this is something which I think is a really good tip if you're going to start to play this game. This here, this Artillery Juggernaut, is a token, right? So it's not a card that was part of this guy's deck to start the game with. It's a card that's been generated, that's been created since we've been playing the game. Tokens, when they are destroyed, they get removed from the game. If we banish a token, it doesn't go into our Singularity. It gets removed entirely from the game. And this is what makes this card really good, is because when we banish a card with this unit, it only gets removed from the board whilst this is still on the board.
Quickly.
Oh, okay, let's do it. We're going to banish the token so it can't come back like that. That's going to get buffed. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of this as well. We don't have to, but we decided to. Okay, and we have another Singularity Steward as well. Ah, that was a mistake, wasn't it? To get rid of that one. We shouldn't have done that, really. If we'd have not got rid of that, then we would have kept our Singularity Steward. Oh. Okay, fine. I think I might want one of these, actually. So why don't we... we'll bank a demolecularize. We'll put one of those down.
I stand watch.
And then we'll banish that. And man. We could kill this here, but you know what? I think I want to hit him for 4 instead.
Begone, interloper.
I'm not too worried about the 1-1 at the moment. Yeah, everything's been banked. We banked our energy. We need to try and get our the New Dawn down on the board as well. But at the moment, we've only got 2 cards in there. It's not a load, so we're not, you know, we're not really missing out. But eventually, we will want to start putting it on the board so we can begin to bring our cards from our Singularity back, or at least his cards from his Singularity back, so we can play them against him. So far, I haven't seen any planetfall cards at all.
Approaching.
Ah, that's horrible. That's gonna get destroyed. Or not. See what happened? They tried to kill that, but we had a defender. And so now what we can do, and I think we will do it. I don't think Algon Core have anything to destroy the New Dawn. If I left the New Dawn on the board. Do I need to take that risk though? I don't think I need to take the risk. What we'll do, put him down.
New dawn rises.
We will banish that unit. He's only got 2, which is a bit annoying. We will actually... Do we get rid of that? Let's leave it on the board for now. Let's hit for 4.
The Singularity stand!
And I think on the next turn, we're going to actually bring our Paragon onto the board, because this card here, remember, it takes the top 2 cards from our deck and the top 2 cards from the opponent's deck, and it brings them into our Singularity. And then the New Dawn allows us to access the Singularity. And I think we're going to want to, yeah, access that on the next turn. We have another banish as well, which is pretty good. That's annoying.
Approaching.
That's really annoying. It's gonna probably get rid of that one, or is it this one? That one, okay. Fine. And then he's gonna create a unit now. This is gonna be a token unit, right here. So he's created a defender, a 3 attack and 6 health, which is a bit of a pain, but we can get round it. And I think what I want to do is I want to bring the New Dawn onto the field now. Yeah, I do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... We don't actually need Demolecularize at the moment. We've banked one already, so if we bank this next one, we've then only got 1 left, right? Because I have 3 in the deck. We're going to do it. We don't need it at the moment. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring the New Dawn on. Then we're going to banish it, so it goes into the Singularity. And then I'm going to banish this one, which is not going to go into our Singularity, but it's going to allow us to hit him for 3. And I want to do that. Because remember, it's a token, so it's going to get removed. Alright, the token gets removed and we hit him for 3. And now on the next turn, our New Dawn's going to come back. It's going to bring cards with him. Hello to Noodle. How you doing, Noodle?
Open for business.
Oh, that's horrible. Damn, that's a powerful card, you know? I should have showed you how much this Wong is worth on the open sea. Look, it's just giving him so many cards there. And this is now a 6/6. Wow.
Engage.
That's horrible. Okay. We can use this vehicle, which was his, against him now. And I think we might want to do that. Let's do it.
Approaching.
So this is going to do 3 damage to any unit that we choose. We're going to do it on that one, because that has attack of 6 right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to banish that back into the singularity. And it now means that if he wants to trade against us, then he's going to trade a 4/3 against a 3/3, which he's probably not going to want to do. The damage of this card's been done. So this card's quite powerful, but it does most of its effect when you put it on the board, right? With this muster ability. Now it's on the board, it doesn't really do much, but what would be quite nice is if we could banish it so we can use that against him. I could destroy it, but if we destroy it, we then can't use it against the enemy. So, oh, we need to bank a card as well. Let's bank that one. Yeah, good man. Just running, I've got a brand new PC. Running the brand new PC, it's brilliant. I'm absolutely loving it. And we're running, for the first time ever, Parallel, which I'm really enjoying. I think it's great.
When the echelon knocks,
Oh.
you answer.
If your starting deck contains only universal cards, perform the following actions. Draw 4 cards, deal 4 damage to any... Oh, wow. Okay, so he's running a universal only deck. Interesting. And now that's going to hurt us a bit more. Okay.
Ah, interesting.
Now I kind of almost do need the banish that we banked. This one here.
That's a juggernaut!
Hello to J-Boy Gaming. How you doing, man? How's my sorare game week gone? Not very good, I don't think. I sold up most of my sorare gallery, and so we've only got a handful of lineups, and yeah, I don't think the ones I put out have done that great, but that's okay. It's not a problem. It's not really good units here. I guess we take this, but... Oh, look at that there. We've got it. Look, we've got the banish all units, which is going to allow us to claim the Wong and the Freydis, although the Freydis is kind of useless to us, really, because we don't have only universal cards. But I want to take it off the board anyway. Let's do it. We're going to actually get rid of this one. We're going to banish that back, and then we're going to get rid of these here. He's going to be able to put a unit down in a minute. He can create a unit because his counter's at 1. He'll probably create another defender, which we will most likely destroy with this here. If we can use this 3 times, then he will struggle. What is this? After the enemy draws a card, they take 1 damage. Ouch, that's horrible. I did, yeah, I just got Freydis, yeah. But the really annoying thing is that we got Freydis Ed, yeah, we did. And now we have her. We can use her, but she's kind of useless, really. Oh, he didn't create a defender. Okay, interesting. I think we need to get the Wong, no? Because this is like a legendary card. I think we're going to take the Wong. Ah, you know what though? Didn't really think about that. Look. When we draw those cards, look, he's been smart. He's put this down knowing that we stole the Wong. And so now, if we use the Wong, we could basically draw up to 5 cards, but then we're going to take 5 damage. Don't want to do that at all. I think what I want to do, actually, is get rid of the Wong now, which I can't believe we're doing, but we might as well burn it. We can get rid of that.
Sign here.
We can get rid of that. We're not going to destroy a defender. We are going to put that down.
Come on, my beauty.
We must decide quickly.
We're going to banish that. And I think that's good play at the moment. Tim Melia didn't play because he's injured. This is going to single-handedly kill us here. God, it's a cost of 4 and he was able to put both of them down. No way! Oh my God. Yeah, we're in trouble. Guys, we're in trouble here. We are in trouble. We don't have anything in here to deal with that unit. We will get that though. Oh, that's not actually what I wanted. Look at that. Look at the damage that it's doing to us from that. Oh my God. And we don't have a heal either. So we're kind of screwed at the moment. I tell you what I could do. We can, so this unit's shielded, which means that it's immune to an enemy effect, right? So if I try and do a spell on it, an effect, it's going to be protected. But so what we almost have to do is we have to waste one against it. So we'll waste that one against it. Like that. And then we're going to use this to destroy it. Right, we're going to destroy that with that. Then we're going to put this down. Are we? Oh, it's risky leaving this on the board, you know. We're going to do it though. And this allows us to pick any card. We want to pick that one. The reason we want to pick that one is because when you use this 3 times... I don't think we're going to get a chance to do it. Because he's killing so much of us here. This relic is a problem. We can get rid of one of them. But I'm probably going to need a card that destroys all relics rather than just one. That's going to be expensive.
We must decide quickly.
This is going to be close. This could be close, actually. Because we can destroy this. This is not a problem. Discard cards.
You fight like a well-oiled machine.
The enemy discards 2 cards. Oh my God, that's brutal. What is this card? Gain... If your starting deck contains only universal cards, gain control of the target enemy unit with equal or less attack than this unit. Create and play a copy of the last unit. No way. Wow. This card is mega. That's a mega card. Oh my God. Okay, I think we're dead. Oh, has the cam gone off? Oh, thank you. I didn't know that. Thank you. I'll try to get the cam back up. Ah, we're dead here. We're so dead. There's not really anything we can do. Yeah, we're pretty dead here. Might as well destroy that just for the hell of it.
Greetings from the Core.
And then we might as well just do some kind of damage to him. Throw that on. But yeah, we're done. Wow, that universal only deck's really good. Especially this card. If your starting deck contains only universal cards, the enemy discards 2 cards, gain control of the target enemy unit with equal or less attack than this unit, create and play a copy of the last unit you played, create and add 2 random universal units. Oh my god, that is mental. We'll check that card out after this. This must be mad expensive. Ingrid the right hand. Okay. Yeah, well, we've done everything we could there.
Greetings from the Core.
They done well. Let's tell them they done well.
We could use someone like you.
I'll try to fix my camera as well if I can. Don't know why it's gone off.
Someone needs teaching.
Comrades, not anymore.
Our machines march on.
Here we go. I don't know why the camera that I want is not working. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'll wonder if I can try and fix it. Why is the screen black as well? Is it doing that thing it done before? I think it is, isn't it? Thank you for the follow as well, Captain. Appreciate that. Sorry guys, if you're wondering what's going on, I'm trying to get back to the game. For some reason, it's not allowing me to go back into the game. Let me close down and start again. Sorry, guys. All right, I think the game's closed. Let's go back to the main screen whilst I'm trying to fix that. So this is the thing. I love this game. I think it's great. This is the first time I've ever been streaming it. And there's definitely some conflicts and some little bugs with it. Like it won't let me reload the game at the moment, which is a little bit annoying. Yeah, so it's kind of, it's not allowing me to close it. All right, I tell you what, that's a good start for the stream today, because it's gone a bit screwy. What I'll do is, I think we'll end the stream, and then I'll try and figure out today what happens so that I can stop it from happening again tomorrow. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining today. I had loads of fun. I hope you enjoyed watching a bit of Parallel. We will be covering Parallel a lot more on the streams going forward, and hopefully once they iron out a couple more of the bugs and I can maybe check out my my settings with my cam and all that as well, hopefully it's a lot smoother. But yeah, that's it for today. I'll be back on tomorrow. We'll do some sorare content tomorrow, so do jump on then. Thanks for your time today, and I will catch you tomorrow. Have a good remainder of your weekend and catch you tomorrow.